Disaffiliate? Deaffiliate? Disaffiliate? Deaffiliate? I don't know. Anyway.
I'm not wasting your time, I'm not playing no games. I see it.
Hey guys, welcome back. If you're new here, please take a second to kind of take a look around. If you like what you see, don't forget to give us a big thumbs up, leave some love down in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe because we would love to add you to our family. These first two are extremely important. For this first one, it's really just going to be about the structure, what actually happened, pretty much the logistics of the week. And then the second half of this video, which I will be putting up, is about what happened once bid day hit and the days following bid day. There's a lot to be said, so I'm going to just go ahead and get into it. Just a quick disclaimer, I'm going to be touching on my roommate back and forth throughout this first video and most definitely during the second video. She went through recruitment with me and now she really enjoys it, so I'm going to have pictures of us. If you stalk hard enough and you find her, give her a follow and leave her some love on her social media platforms for sure. If you're anything like me, when I went through recruitment or was going to go through recruitment, I did a ton of research. I'll touch more on this in part 2, but because I did so much research, I knew the mottos, the colors, the flowers of each house, and I became a jewel when it came to waiting to open up our bid cards. Trust me when I say some of the things I have to say, and not just part 1, but most definitely part 2 will be some things that you haven't heard in other videos, so definitely stay tuned and hit that subscribe button. At East Carolina University, which is where I go to school, our recruitment is not over 2 separate weekends, but it's through that first week of class. That is extremely difficult if you're a freshman. However, because of a scholarship requirement, I was not able to rush my freshman year and therefore rushed as a sophomore. I highly suggest, if you're even on the fence about it, to go ahead and go through with it. However, it's stressful. Some of the days are like 12, 13-hour days, and to know that we're there for 12 or 13 hours and that our PICAs were there longer, like,
I don't understand when they went to class, and I don't understand when they like ate or anything.
We realized that some of the sisters in the houses like really weren't sleeping at all, so they would get out of class at like 4 o'clock, and then they'd go through like that last couple of days, like house tour day and philanthropy day and stuff, and then specifically pref night, they were up from the time it was up for class all the way through pref night and then into the late hours of the night making all the stuff for the girls that they were giving bids to, and then they showed up to bid day after being in a full day of class.
Like, can we give a quick snap to all those sisters?
Like, y'all go. I'd be the sister that's like laying on the floor in like the chapter room, just like Jay chilling. On our campus, we have 10, this upcoming year it will be 11 Panhellenic sororities, and so our recruitment is 5 days long and then bid day. So we have meet and greet round 1 and 2, philanthropy day, house tour day, pref night, and then of course bid day. Because our Greek life is not centrally located in a Greek village, we do our first 3 days at a conference center to make it more time efficient, and then the last 2 days are at the houses. To begin the week off, you go to a convocation of sorts, so if you're an incoming freshman, odds are you're going to go through one of these anyway for your freshman class. However, this is like the day or two before rush actually starts. Literally was just a meeting to give you the lowdown of what to expect, to get you excited about it, and to get all of the information out as quickly as possible before you went through that process to make sure that no unanswered questions were left unsaid. This is my roommate and I'm going to put the picture here. Aren't we so cute? Anyway, that's what we look like on a daily basis. So to walk in like that, I was like, they told us to be ourselves. So we walked in like Nike spandex and Nike socks and a large t-shirt. But anyway, that's my roommate and I. You meet your PICAs. PICAs, very quick and very briefly, are 2 sisters who have decided to separate from their sisterhood for the time that it takes for you to find your home, and this is a very difficult process for them. They are completely stripped of everything. They don't communicate with their sisters. They don't have anything on their social media to insinuate that they're with a specific house, and they do this for the weeks leading up to recruitment as well as the week 3 recruitment, and they reveal themselves right before you run home. We had 2 PICAs. They were absolutely amazing, and they definitely helped each one of us through the process. It's a very difficult job to say the least, at least from what I observed, and I'm very thankful for each of them. So if either one of them is watching,
Hi guys.
When you're going through recruitment, it is absolutely no talk of the 3 B's, which are boys, booze, and bills, and that means
Don't talk about your boyfriend or any of your random hookups. that you're going to have or not have. Don't talk about frats or parties because they can't talk about it even as much as they want to. And then don't talk about what kind of car you drive, what kind of house you live in, if you have a lake house or a beach house or jet skis, or no one cares, actually.
One of the big rules is you can't skip a house. If you skip a house, it's like a big deal because these girls do major FBI research on you sometimes, most times, and for you to just randomly hop out of line and leave because you don't feel like going to see that house is really insulting, especially if your pika happens to be affiliated with that sisterhood. You are screwed, my friend. And I kind of started to see that happen, and that's sort of how you find out who your pikas are too. But yeah, it doesn't make anybody happy, especially girls that are rushing with you, because if they have to go through the full process, which is extremely exhausting, then you should have to too. So the consequences of breaking those rules are, you know, different at every school, but for the most part, you get dropped. And some girls are like, I don't really care. But word spreads fast. There's a common misconception that sororities are all about only theirs and every other sorority house sucks and we have nothing to do with them. But I can speak for my school. Going through recruitment, I could see that each sister was friends with other sisters from different houses. And so our Greek life specifically seems to be extremely intertwined. So for you to piss off one house, you kind of would piss off another house. Meet and greet round 1 and 2 is just a very short, brief conversation. It's pretty generic. The girls know way more than they lead on. I have a quick picture of what my roommate and I look like after we've run and sweat half of our makeup and our eyebrows down our face to the bus stop, and it's right here. Aren't we adorable again? I know. I take after her. Nothing super special about it. You do get to meet them all very quickly. Philanthropy Day is all about what they put their service and their time into. This is really important to pay attention to because you don't want to be stuck with something that you don't like doing because you're going to do a crap ton of things to raise money for this philanthropy. And if you don't like hospitals, they make you nervous. Children's Miracle Network is probably not where you want to be. If you really enjoy the Ronald McDonald House and you have a really close connection to it, or you have a really close connection to breast cancer research and things like that, then that house or that house may be amazing for you. However, if it's not, then you need to take that into consideration. Unfortunately, I didn't take a picture for this day, so I don't have a picture for you guys. House tour day, this is when it gets quite a bit more personal because they're showing you the ins and outs of their house, where they live, where they literally spend all their time. And this day is a little bit longer. They kind of give you the lowdown of how much everything is and things like that. I do have a picture from House Tour Day, and it is here. This is not with my roommate. This is with my pirate pal, which is like my mentee that I mentored last year, and her name is Rachel, and she's adorable. Prep night is the best night, and the reason I say this is because it is absolutely the most personal. They tell you things that they don't tell other people, and it's like really emotional. If you're not an emotional person, trust me, you'll be emotional this night. But yeah, so this night I was wearing, I think I have a picture of this, so I'm going to pretend like it's right here. I think it's a Snapchat picture though. Yeah, and it's probably really blurry and I probably have my tongue out. I'm pretty sure I have my tongue out in this picture. Anyway, this is obviously a more formal night. The other days are just for you to look cute and like you. That's one thing that I have to stress, is to not look like somebody you're not. And I probably should have taken my own advice, because let me tell you how many times I've worn Lily outside of recruitment. Maybe twice. Like literally maybe twice. I'll talk more about that in part 2, guys. Midday, I have a picture of my roommate and I in the arena, so it's gonna be right here. This is right before we opened up our bid cards, and I'm pretty sure we had them at this point. I don't know though. Anyway, we were very excited. Again, I'm just wearing the shirt from meet and greet round because you are very quick to strip that shirt off and put on whatever tank top or shirt that they give you for bid day, which I also have a picture of right here. Once you run to your house, bid day is really special because not only do you get to find your home, but you also get to see where your pikas went. And fortunately for me, one of our pikas actually went where I went. It was a really interesting experience because I had just had a conversation with her the night before about not being sure where I wanted to go. But yeah, so she ran where I ran. Bid day, we met at the arena and we got our bid card. This is my, nothing special on the outside. This is my bid card. It has gold and stuff on the inside, and then it has the bid card. If you did not make it to this point because of other houses dropping you or you dropping houses and then not liking the ones that you ended up with, then you unfortunately got a call the night before bid day that said don't show up, and that, I couldn't even imagine getting that call, but quite a few girls did get that call. The really bittersweet part about the whole experience is that we knew going in my roommate and I would not be in the same house. In fact, I knew exactly where she would be the entire time, and she denied it the whole time.
She's like, nah, I don't know, like I love them, but I don't know about this house.
But she went exactly where I thought she'd go. We knew that we wouldn't be in the same sorority. However, at the end, after we got our bid cards, we were like, okay, they filed our group down to the bottom of the arena and they put us up front, and then they counted down until we got to run to our new home, and our two houses were standing next to each other on the bleachers, and so we ran hand in hand and then kind of hugged and then went our separate ways. And so that was really exciting, but it was also kind of sad because we had been joined at the hip for like a year now, and we were now going our separate ways. So I have a picture of my roommate on bid day. I'm gonna put it right here, maybe. Yeah, and then I have a picture of me on bid day with like one of the best bid day buddies ever. But yeah, that's there. So some of you may be asking, did the process work for you? Where did you run home to? Do you love where you are? Yes and no. Yes, the process worked for me. No, I'm not going to tell you where I ended up. And yes, I did love where I was supposed to be. However, the experience as a whole was not one I expected to have, and I'm going to give you a quick glimpse into what part 2 is going to be about by telling you this. I always wanted to go Greek, and that's something that was very different between my roommate and I. I've always wanted to go Greek, not anywhere, but specifically at ECU. My mom went to ECU, and she met my dad in Greenville, and my sister goes to ECU now with me. Since being really little, the way that the houses were set up on different streets, when freshmen would move in, it was like a big day during the summer because I got to see all of the girls lined up outside of their houses cheering on as the freshmen kind of came in throughout the day. And that's just a memory that I hold from being very young. I knew that I wanted to go Greek from middle school forward when I truly understood what it was. So I went into it thinking that it was going to be this perfect experience that was just jaw-dropping and everything was great and nothing was going to be difficult. But unfortunately, it was literally the best and worst week of my life in terms of college. It was extremely stressful. Nothing seemed to go right the whole time. However, in the end, it truly ended up where I was supposed to be. I still, to this day, when I see some of the girls that I do know and recognize, like each other's pictures on Instagram, I mean, they're goddesses, honestly. Like, I don't even know how I even received a bid from them, to be quite honest. I still won't forget on bid day when I walked into the house and I looked around and I was like,
these girls are so hot. Like, does that mean I'm remotely cute, or was I an accident? Like, what in the world?
And they're so sweet, especially the ones that I know. Part 2, I'm going to explain what exactly happened during the week for me to choose to walk away ultimately at the end of it, and what I'm looking to go with going forward. I know that's kind of vague. It was bittersweet because I really liked the girls. However, I felt an odd feeling, which I'll explain more in part 2, and I'll be able to explain why I felt that feeling in part 2. I'm sorry if this video absolutely makes no sense at the end of it, but by the time you truly listen to part 2, it will make complete sense. A lot of things can go wrong, and for me, as surprising as it may be, it did go wrong. I am also going to be filming a chit chat. Get ready with me for a country concert I'm going to next Friday, which is Sam Hunt. I'm so excited. And I also will be filming a apartment haul. So all of these things that I've been buying recently for my apartment, I will be sharing with you guys. So until next time, guys.